I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for 20 plus years, and one thing I've noticed throughout these entire 20 plus years, especially within the past 5 years, is Yu-Gi-Oh players complaining about a lot of important things to make the game better. About 3 or 4 years ago, a lot of us was complaining that a lot of our favorite archetypes wasn't getting support, like Cyber Dragon. A lot of the classic archetypes from the Yu-Gi-Oh anime that the Paradox Brother played, that the Dead deck. We also had things like hero players playing by hero support, even though heroes were getting support for a while. And then we also complained about the unhealthy metagames, which caused us to get the emergency ban list and things of that nature. But I noticed more recently than anything, y'all, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players get flack for complaining, and I don't think that's rightfully so. The biggest thing I see online is people that always complain are the main ones that never do good at events. But from my perspective, especially because I'm one of these players as well, I've complained, but I've also gotten things done in the game. I've top 8 at regionals, I've topped the YCS, and I've also done really well locally with rogue decks amongst anything. So it's just something I don't like to brag about or talk about as much. I just bring up my video topics, to make a point, because people think that the average Yu-Gi-Oh complainer is the players who don't do well, when in actuality, it's players who have done well and would be able to continue to do well if we invest the said money into the game. No matter how you peel it, Yu-Gi-Oh is in a tough pickle right now. The game is still popular. It's not going to die anytime soon. However, the game has its problems. There is no freaking reason why we are a game without cash prizing, but the game is expensive as it is. There's no reason why we should have staples like Mo-Charmies, which the Pirelli I think are like 60 to 70s, and the Fuwalos are about 100 or 150, depending on who you get them from and what region you get them in. There's no reason why those cards are so expensive just for us to go to locals, and especially in a season where we don't have a lot of YCS outside of digital YCSs, and we don't have a lot of things to do outside of just going to locals and maybe regionals, right? But let people online say it. You guys complain too much. You guys are stupid. You guys suck. If you guys hate the game, just quit it. And I made this video to say, dude, we don't freaking hate the game. We complain because we love the game. Probably more than you guys do. Like I said, I've been playing the game for 20 years, and I definitely say, like, I remember the game from the start of it at its height till right now, where it's like, I'm not going to say it's at its lowest just yet, but it's damn near getting there because the competition is getting fierce. We have games like One Piece. We have games like Arcana, Pokemon, especially Pokemon, and Magic the Gathering doing things that Yu-Gi-Oh have not done yet, despite the fact of whatever Kazuka Takahashi said he didn't want in the game back in the day. Pokemon has $10,000 for first place in their YCS equivalent events. Games like One Piece or Arcana give people exclusive prizing that, if I'm being honest, when you factor in the resale value, you make more money winning those exclusive prizing versus doing good at a Yu-Gi-Oh YCS. And I personally know a lot of former Yu-Gi-Oh players who jumped ship from Yu-Gi-Oh to One Piece or Arcana are 10 times happier. But then you have the veterans like me who are sticking to Yu-Gi-Oh because it's what we know, it's what we like, it's what we feel comfortable playing with, because we want to see the game do better because we've been playing it for so freaking long. Some people might call it Stockholm Syndrome. I just call it, I love the game, but I don't hate it enough to quit it just yet, but I'm damn near there. We complain because we want the game to do better. I complain because I want the game to do better. I'm a player, I don't complain just because I can't do well. I think, at least in my personal experience, I've proven on my channel throughout times and time again, when I do invest the money into my card game habit, I do fairly well for myself, especially because I'm a full-time worker, I'm a dad, I have a lot of stuff going on outside of Yu-Gi-Oh! And, you know, at my age, in my age group, it's gonna be harder to keep up with the metagame, but there's a lot of players like myself who do that. Some players even who are in my situation, even top YCS still consistently and or win. So it's not that we complain just to complain. We complain because we see the peak of the game and we see where the game is at. Now, I don't think the game is totally in a bad position, because despite all of its flaws, it's still a fun card game to play. It has that gambling effect that when you're playing your deck and you're winning and then you just lose like that, it's like adrenaline and dopamine hitting you at the same time. Craziest thing to explain, but when you get that chemical reaction in your body, it makes the game more addicting. Where other card games I played didn't have that same feeling. The closest one that came to that was the Naruto CCG, but unfortunately it's a Bandai game. We know the history behind Bandai games. Those games just don't last as long. But with that being said, I also want to say, complainers get shit done. Like I said, throughout the history, complainers have complained about certain things in the card game. Like more recently, we've been complaining about the YCS pricing not being subpar. And although Konami didn't give us the best pricing that we wanted, as far as cash or some type of cash equivalent to make a YCS worth winning, they did change it to be slightly better. Instead of Nintendo Switches and all the memes that was developed by players like Pac, who won like what, 20 or 16 Nintendo Switches, and he posted them on his Twitter and it went semi-viral on Twitter. Then Konami eventually say, okay, yeah, we need to update this. This is a bad look. Imagine if players like him who actually won these systems didn't say anything and just kept it in the shadows, we will still be getting Nintendo Switches. And people may say, well, you can't prove that. I disagree. I feel like if Konami's going to give us Nintendo Switches and they're cool with that from a business standpoint, they can give us the cheapest thing as possible for us to shut the hell up. But by players complaining, going on their Facebook, going on their Instagram, going on their Twitter, we actually got some type of better pricing than we had before. Now, that's not what we wanted to get, but hey, we got some shit done. Just like back in the day when we complained about the toxic format and players start quitting, we got shit done. We got those E-ban lists. We got slightly better tournament structure. We have gotten things good on the locally with the OTS championships and things of that nature. So it definitely helped out by being a complainer in said card game, because in history I've shown it, if people just shut up and accept everything that they were told to accept, we would get no progress. Now, that's not to say to complain over every little thing, and I think there's a common misconception that the Yu-Gi-Oh players who complain over every single thing because we make content on the topic. For one, you guys got to realize it's content. It's interesting to talk about. Just because somebody make 10 to 15 videos on a topic saying, hey, Yu-Gi-Oh may be potentially dying and or Yu-Gi-Oh sucks now and here's why, that does not necessarily mean that they hate the game and just want the game to be in a downward spiral. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're spewing negativity towards the game. They're just exposing the real in the game, so people who can come to the game can decide if they want to play it. And on top of that, it's interesting content. Like I said, it's just content for the most part. And maybe I see it from a different hand because I am a content creator. And people who aren't content creators aren't just going to get that. I don't take someone's video about a specific topic, or if it's negative, positive, so personal, because I can just not watch the video. And that's the crazy thing. If people didn't watch the videos about people complaining, people wouldn't make those said videos. Those videos are interesting, which is why people make the video, but at the same damn time, if people watch this shit because it's entertaining and they know it's true, they just want to just feel like they're on their high and mighty because they're willing to accept whatever shit that Konami throws at them. To wrap this video up, man, we complain because we love the game and we want to see the game do better. But that doesn't necessarily mean that every complaint is meant to take personal. We point out the obvious about the game that we hate, and we just wanted to get better because it's for the love of the game. Like I said, if people didn't watch the shit, people wouldn't do the stuff. But people do the stuff because, hey, it's valuable content and it's good information, because we all have to bring awareness to the problems within the game so that way the game can get better. So tell me what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. Do you guys hate Yu-Gi-Oh complainers? Do you guys feel like complainers are valid? Do you guys feel like you guys are tired of people making videos like Yu-Gi-Oh is dying, Yu-Gi-Oh is terrible? You guys terrible about hearing about Yu-Gi-Oh players are playing like I did the OCG video, where the OCG hero players are fed up. When people are fed up, they're gonna complain, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Sometimes people just gotta vent and get it off their chest. They like, look, this is some BS. I want the game to be better, and I'm gonna speak my opinion. Hopefully, it catches some traction for the game to be better, so that way we can have a better card game moving forward versus the stuff that we have now. Like right now, me personally, Yu-Gi-Oh is in a tough spot. I just hate the fact that I'm kind of low-key priced out of the game. And that's not to say that I can't buy the cars. I just don't want to invest the high money just to mainly play locally and go to maybe one YCS a year and a regional. It's not worth it for me for this hobby because it's just a car game. Like, if we had better monetary value to win, I wouldn't mind investing said money into the game. It's just not worth it for me personally. But for you guys that are worth it, hey man, kudos to you guys. You guys got the money to spend on that. It's at a certain point, I'm just like, yep, I want to win, but I don't want to win that bad. Well, anyway, man, it's your boy Ro, bringing you guys another Yu-Gi-Oh discussion video, and I'm signing out. Peace. See you guys in the next video.